and welcome to Tea Time with Lady Evangeline. I'm your host, Lady Evangeline Fastbucket, and you're here watching the premiere episode of Tea Time with Lady Evangeline, and I'd just like to say welcome and thank you so much for watching, my dears. And Brendan, yes, that's my producer, Brendan. Brendan has asked me to remind you to please like this program. I believe there's a button that one selects. Share it, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Yes, did I get it all there, Brendan? Thank you so much, dear. Delighted that you're here. And without any further ado, I've always wondered, what is it with ado? And why are we always trying to extend the amount that we're doing? And why do we try to stop ourselves? I digress. We've come to a very special part of the program, and it's called Spilling the Tea, which Brendan has told me is a sort of a colloquial term for, he said spreading the hot goss, but oh dear, that sounds like that could become rather uncomfortable. One doesn't want to spread hot goss. That could lead to an infection. And particularly at a time like this. Oh dear. All right, well, what I'm going to do is Brendan has given me his cellular device, and he has opened up an application called BuzzFeed News. And in this segment today, I'm going to react, give my candid and unbiased opinion, which I always believe is the best policy, on what's going on, particularly in the world of celebrities, entertainment, and popular culture. So we're just going to come through here. Let's see. Click on the first story. Ryan Reynolds opened up about being a dad to 3 girls with Blake Lively, and my God, it's so wholesome. Questions I have so far. This is news, yes? Brendan says it's news. Ryan Reynolds. Good afternoon, sir. Oh dear. It appears that he's married and that he has some rather lovely children with a rather lovely lady by the name of Blake Lively. And he likes having girl children. And why shouldn't one? That's what I have to say. My God, it's so wholesome. Well, what does he say? A literal daddy? How could one be a figurative daddy? I don't know. They're the most, no joke, that's good. They're the most capable people I know, he said, talking about my wife and kids. Well, your wife's a woman, so and they're little women, so no surprise there, Mr. Reynolds. If anything got crazy or scary in life, they're the first people I would lean on because they have wisdom and strength, and they're calm under fire. They have courage under fire, so they have calm and courage, which is, we in England always believe in calm and courage. Mostly calm, just mostly no emotional response whatsoever. But truly, I don't know why this should come as being, it's charming, but yes, women, strong, courageous, not news to me, dear. All right, let's go to another. Let's see. Here we are. Oh yes, I know this person. Well, not personally. If you look up iconic in the dictionary, you'll find this new Dolly Parton quote about getting older. I do know of Dolly Parton. Yes, she's actually quite popular in England. And, well, what does she say? Oh, this is very interesting. The writer says, even though I'm only 27, I've reached a point where I am in blissful, albeit extreme denial that I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You're 27, dear. If you're not a spring chicken, then I must be some sort of a deep winter goose, whatever that is. Good gracious. What does Dolly Parton, dear Dolly, say about aging? Well, what is bloody? There's a lot going on. Yes, I don't think there's actually. I believe that. What's the quote? I think more than anything, it's about what comes from inside you. It's an attitude you've got to shine from within. Sometimes that can make you feel young and make you seem young to other people. Well, first off, I think this is something my producer, Brendan, referred to as clickbait. Yes, clickbait. I don't want to be clicked or baited, though do click on the subscribe button because we need for this to go well. I don't think there's an actual quotation by her in the dictionary. Oh, this is interesting. Alicia Keys, or it might just be Alicia, got even more candid about why she stopped wearing makeup in 2016. Well, I can understand you, dear, because I never wear makeup. Brandon says we're almost out of time. Let's just see if we can find something else to react to. Oh, Billie Eilish just joined TikTok. And she's got the top end of a guitar in her mouth. No, it's a ukulele. I just joined TikTok. Oh my goodness, I have so much in common with these celebrities. Alicia Keys doesn't wear makeup, nor do I. Billie Eilish, who I would assume from the fact that she has a ukulele. Oh my goodness gracious! You open up the story, and she's got a bevy of Grammys. She's just carrying them like children. Whether she must be a singer. In fact, now Brendan, make a note. Find Billie Eilish and discover her music, because she's won, good heavens, so many Grammys. But she's on the TikTok now too. I have so much in common with these American musical artists. How extraordinary. Well, I hope that's been fascinating to you. And next up, I have a very, very special guest. Her name is Cleo. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Lady Evangeline, Fuss Bucket, and I'm joined by my guest today, Cleo. And it's just Cleo.
Cleo and the palm reader. Cleo, yeah.
The palm reader, yes. Oh, so it's sort of like a title, isn't it?
I kind of like it, you know. I mean, palm reader's not part of my birth name, but sounds nice.
Yes, you know, when one does have a title, it does feel as if it gives one a certain air. You know, one makes an entrance and all right.
Yes.
dive into. All right, thank you, Brendan. He's he's always encouraging me to focus. All right, dear. Yes. So, Cleo, sort of like Madonna, isn't it?
That is exactly what I was thinking. Thank you, Lady E. You
Oh,
understand me.
I don't know entirely that I do, dear, but I do understand. I mean, Madonna sort of fancies herself a British citizen, does she not? But she's not. All right, dear. How? I've never looked at these before, so forgive me. How did you get started at reading palms, dear?
Wow. Well, when I was a kid, I always wanted to have a boyfriend, and it was
Mhm.
just it was just easy. If I figured, I watched a lot of old movies and they had palm readers in them, and I figured that if I could look at a boy's, if I could say, "Hi, Bobby, can I read your palm and tell you your future?" And then I can get close to Bobby, touch his hand, maybe become his girlfriend. So that was the inspiration.
Right. So less of a sort of a gift one was born with and more of a dating strategy.
You could say that.
I am curious, Cleo, is there somebody in your life at the moment, a gentleman or a lady or
Hmm.
an anybody?
Oh, that. Thank you for asking, Lady E. So the thing is, I have a lot of clients, and when you read somebody's poem, you just kind of you get into their soul really. And I have fallen for a lot of my clients. Like there's actually a guy, but he doesn't come back to the shop anymore. I think
Right.
I was touching up his arm, and it's just I thought, I could, maybe see even more of his future, maybe even the past. But
Right.
I think he was
Right.
uncomfortable. So
All sorts of times, lives past, present. I do have to stop you just for a moment, Cleo, because it's just driving me batty. Where in heaven's name were you from, dear? Because there's a bit of a dialect, a bit of an accent, and I'm not quite able. I've never heard. It's charming.
thank
It's
you.
mm, mm, and you well, yeah, where are you from, dear?
Well, right now I live in New York, but I'm originally from New Zealand, so it's like a New Zealand New York combo.
Mm, mm.
Very
Ah,
unique, I
yes.
know.
Ah, yes, New Zealand. What a
Mhm.
strange little country. You know, all those people, they. Australia was where we sent all our criminals. And then for
Oh
some,
yeah, we're not Australia. Very no.
quite different. I can't tell what it is, but they insist that they're very different. So, or one does. What? So you live, yes, so you live in, oh, Brooklyn. I,
Yeah.
mm, oh, yes. Um, is it anything uh, like the musical West Side Story?
Well, there's dancing in the street, that's for sure, but it's not really so coordinated as it is in West Side Story. It's more just, somebody that's on methamphetamines and just kind of naked dancing in the street. So there's similarities.
Oh dear, that's
There's some fighting, but they are not dancing.
right. So quite different, in fact.
Yeah, I'd say that. And
Yes.
you're in England, yeah?
Well, at the moment, I'm actually doing a bit of a house swap with a lovely American young lady who lives in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
So I'm here doing sort of a bit of an experiment, if you will. Well, I have several homes, but she's currently in the flat in London. I have sort of an estate or a castle, if you will. I mean, it's not entirely a castle, but it sort of in Wales that I inherited from my mother. But this lovely young American woman is staying at sort of my London flat. So I'm staying at her flat here in Los Angeles, and it's distinctly different. I've never had the extraordinary experience of tap water, but it is on my list. It is
Oh,
on my list. It is on my list. I don't. I mean, mainly tea. Tea. We go.
tea's good. Tea's a good concoction for future telling too. You know, you leave the grounds at the bottom, you find out some more info. But yeah, tap water, that's good. Like if you're nursing a hangover or something. But in general, you know, I'd say stick with your tea. You're not missing out. You're not missing out, lady.
Right. Yes. You know, I'm British, so I've never had a hangover. I
Oh,
don't know. I've never experienced such a thing because I'm British. But what an interesting time. Well, we have time for just one more question, my dear. And my final question, and this comes straight from my producer Brendan, so I don't exactly know to what he is referring, but Cleo, can you tell us if Brittany is okay? And I don't know to whom he
oh
is
yeah.
referring.
He is referring to Britney Spears, the musical artist. I
Britney,
don't know. She's so kind of
Britney
like you mentioned
Spears.
Madonna. Yeah, she did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. But oh, 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 oh.
Toxic.
The oh goodness, she's
Yeah.
toxic.
Well,
And
she
she
sings a
certainly can't
song.
be all right then, dear.
She sings a song called Toxic. It's a,
Oh
yeah,
yes.
you may have heard of it. Yeah.
I do know that one. And oh, the other one. I'm so terribly sorry. I've unfortunately made this mistake for a second time. Is that the
Well, like
name
you
of
said, Britney Spears.
yes, the name of the song.
Mine.
I'm
Oh, mine.
terribly sorry. I've made the same mistake for a second time.
You know what? We'll think of it together. So
No,
there's
no, that's the name of the song, dear, isn't it?
that we'll think of it together.
No, no. The name of the song is I'm terribly sorry, but I've made the same mistake for a second time.
Oops, I did it again.
Oh, oh yes, I
Oops,
suppose
I did it again.
that would be the American translation. Yes,
Right.
right, of course.
I just said again like I was you.
Well, you know, the accent does travel, dear.
I didn't mean to make fun. It just came out like
No,
that.
I'm flattered, really. No, oh yes, Brendan says we've got to go because. Oh right, yes, I've got to. He
Sorry.
says I have to take out the dogs, but you're going to do it, aren't you, Brendan? Yes, he's going to take out the dogs, but I'm going to support him. Thank you so much for spending a bit of time with us, Cleo, and I do hope you can come join us again sometime, dear.
I'd love to. Lady E, thank you so much. And if anybody's listening, come over to my shop. And if you want to do it on Zoom, you can do it on Zoom. I'll read your poem. Thanks, Lady E. You're the best.
You're a delight, dear. Thank you so much.